What's up, guys? This is Brian Mitchell with Trade Algo. I just wanted to create a very quick follow-up video just to kind of stretch our new skills and basically practice or put into practice what we learned yesterday on looking at the flows. So many of you guys know I leave this alone. This doesn't really matter as long as it's near dated. I mean, I can tighten this up a little bit. But usually I have somewhere around 4,000 or 5,000 contracts being the minimum, and I want to make sure that the stars align, right? As long as things are not popular stocks or ETFs or indexes, 16,000 contracts looking good, right? Out of the money calls also looking good, relatively near dated looking good, premium looking good, but this is not looking good, guys. Who can afford a $2,260 contract for the most part, right? I know they're buying 36 million. And I often get the question, okay, so can't we pick a lower strike with a further out strike with nearest expiration date? The simple answer is no. You either copy them or don't copy them at all, right? So that one is no good. 5,000 contracts. I mean, that could be significant relative to, again, Geo. This one, look at the chart. Make sure there's confluence, otherwise it's just a speculative flow. Let me see if I can find another big one in here. Again, 13,000 contracts here in the details column. Looking decent, but again, is 3.3 million big relative to Amazon and the liquidity that comes into Amazon? The answer is no. So this looks good, but again, you can't have just one column looking good. The stars have to align. All of them have to look good. Not just 4 out of 5, not 3 out of 5, not 1 out of 5, all of them. I don't know if it's 5 or 6 different columns, but I just went through it with coin. Let me see if I can find one more. 20,000 contracts, okay. But remember what I said yesterday. Anything 10 cents or under is who knows if that's going to hit. And again, that's a really out of the money put. Is it believable that it can get that drop like 40 plus points by next Friday? No, likely no. A meteor has to hit the earth or something, right? Or COVID 2.0 has to roll out before next Friday. So this, not believable. So again, the first thing I look at is the number of contracts, and then I start looking at the other columns to see if the stars align. So I usually am glancing at this column and seeing, okay, 11,000 contracts, that's an ETF. Not big. I do like that it's a sweep order, right? Remember what I said yesterday about sweep orders? If you guys were diligently taking notes, avidly taking notes, like the astute and erudite, what do I call you guys? Learners of the game? Uh, students of the game. I had a brain fart there. Obviously, sweeps are good, but again, less than 10 cents in your contracts. Not a big premium for something super liquid. No. So the stars really didn't align. The only thing that really looked good here was 11,000 contracts, right? Here's an interesting one. BAC, 10,000 contracts. Okay, so that's a significant amount of contracts, 41 and a half calls. Let's take a look at that. Okay, that's believable. By next Friday, right? But we do have weekly resistance here where we're going to reject. 41 and a half is all the way up here. That would basically, look what's here, right? See this huge gap that was created from, what is that, an earnings drop? Or I guess from the tariffs. They're basically playing a gap fill. 41.64 or an almost gap fill. And that kind of makes sense. So I can see some technical analysis behind that. I'd probably, that would be a lotto position because there's not much confluence in the charts, but I can definitely see what they're trying to do, right? 10,000 contracts, not a big premium. Yeah, out of the money and relatively close. It looks okay. This one looks okay. But really nothing else has came in, right? So besides this, that kind of really grabbed my eye. 60,000 contracts for XLI, but again, If you read the guidelines document, the flows guidelines document that I posted in the description yesterday, you would know that, again, there's tickers I don't play, and that's typically the popular stocks, unless there's 30, 40, 50, 60,000 contracts coming in. Yeah, those will definitely, that doesn't happen often. Those will definitely catch your eye, but I don't really like ETFs because I don't know what they're composed of, right? XLI is a sector, and I don't know what the percentage of what stock and what is the leading indicator. Like SPY, Apple is its biggest holdings at 7%. Of SPY, right? And then 6.5% Microsoft, and then 6% Nvidia. I have no idea what this is made up of, right? So people play ETFs willy-nilly, just thinking it's a ticker like Nvidia. No, ETFs are made up of multiple companies, and if you don't know what it's made up of, right? It's like I don't know. I find that a little bit risky, right? I was going to say dangerous, but that's a little too strong of a word. Just risky, right? So I like to leave these alone. Right, EEM I don't touch. This one's always on flows. EEM, HYG is always on flows, and yes, HYG will have like 50,000 contracts, but it's one of the tickers I do not play, right? And those are pretty much the only ones. More SMCIs, but again, under 10 cents. Stars did not align. And 15,000 contracts, HYG, we don't play those. 50,000 contracts for IWM, that was yesterday. All right, so that's basically it, guys. I pretty much zoomed through everything that's came in today, and not much, right? We're probably waiting for Apple earnings, which, again, today is May 1st, 2025. Billionaires, banks, and hedge funds are still humans, right? They still have emotions. They just simply have deeper pockets than us. Maybe they don't feel like gambling ahead of Apple earnings, right? It'd be nice if we did what we did last night with Microsoft and Meta and pumped the market, right? But here's what's worrying me a little bit, guys. VIX, weekly support, and this has been following technicals more than recent history, is at 23.42. It's due for a bounce. So if Apple earnings do not come in stellar, we're probably going to get some sort of retracement in the market, because when VIX goes up, market comes down. When VIX comes down, market moves up. They have an inverse relationship. So Apple earnings needs to invalidate these technicals. Why? Because technical analysis gets watered down with emotion, and what spikes are good emotions and bad emotions? Good news and bad news. That includes earnings. All right, guys? So that could be a reason why I'm not really seeing, what we saw yesterday with SMCI or with IWM. It's a little quiet, right? So if you want to start looking at charts and following these spec flows and then trying to find confluence, that will require more attention and focus. But for the time being, just zooming through it, not really seeing much. I hope this video helped. I just want to make sure that you guys are exercising your new muscles that you grew yesterday. And if you haven't watched the video that I created yesterday, go ahead and watch it, so that we can, if you catch a flow that I happen to miss, then we help each other, right? I don't have to, we can all be captains of the ship, in other words, all right? On that note, ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it was enlightening. Hope you learned something. Feel free to watch it again, because repetition is the way you remember things. Have a wonderful and blessed day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Everyone, take care.